Not that it ever really went away. Sales are brisk, though. 20 million were sold in Europe alone last year. Among the most talked about two-wheelers is the so-called e-bike. It's not a moped. It's not a noped.
It's actually, I like that.
That's
a new brand.
It's a noped.
I think
it's
that's
a
great.
moped because you've got your motor. It's an electric bike. I love it.
Yeah, they got it.
I'm now branding automatically. We head to Switzerland, where Sabine Krippendorf, Vice President of MTB Cycle Tech, is based. Tyler?
Hello, Frau Krippendorf.
Good evening.
Grüezi, how are you?
Grüezi miteinander. I'm very fine and happy to be with you.
At one point I saw this woman of, I would probably say maybe mid-80s or something, sort of just whiz past up the hill. And she must have been on one of your bicycles. I believe it was probably at MTB. And I want to ask you, the growth that you're seeing in Switzerland in this movement, I mean, is this something which is, part of a government drive, or is this just pure good old entrepreneurialism?
Well, I think it's a lot of innovation and a lot of entrepreneurship and a lot of fun too. And Switzerland seems to be one of the pioneer countries in this e-bike movement, and probably you were right. It was somebody on an e-bike, maybe it was an MTB Cyclotech or another one, and she was part of one of the main target groups as a member of Generation 50 Plus. But there are others. There are also a lot of young people now.
She was definitely sorry, I was going to say she was definitely 80 plus. But anyway, it's good to know that 50-year-olds can be included as well.
Not an MTB Cyclotech.
We spend a lot of time in Japan, and it's incredible if you look at the Japanese market, because I almost feel that every bike I see in Japan is somehow battery enabled. And are we a little bit behind, if we look at the European market and also the US as well?
Mm-hmm. No, I don't think so. Europe is really increasing rapidly now. We have Europe sold about 700,000 units last year, which is 3 times as much than it was in 2007. So it's really an increasing market, and probably this will go on like that for the next 2 years. US also is increasing a lot, but on a lower level. They have about 150,000 new e-bikes a year now. And the most increasing countries are Germany and Netherlands.
I wanted to ask you, do all cities, of course, well, every mayor likes bicycles, but do all mayors like e-bikes? I'm wondering if some governments and whether there's sort of legislation which is also anti-e-bike, because obviously there's still batteries included. There are still energy issues at the end of the day, but I'm wondering also if just some governments also think there are safety issues attached to them.
Well, that's 2 issues. Safety and energy depends whether it's a good thing or not from an environmental point of view is where the energy comes from, right? And also where the rider comes from. If he drove a car before and then changes on an e-bike, probably it's better energy-wise. But if he was riding a normal conventional bike before and then is changing and taking his e-bike, he's using more energy than he did before. And the safety issue, of course, these things are really driving or riding very fast. So, yeah, that's an issue. You have to be careful.
Can you go any faster on an e-bike than if you pedaled with all of your heart?
You do. That's why people do it. And everybody can do it. And this is the fun part about it. Everybody can be faster. You are faster when you have to get off a red light, to go up a hill. It feels easy. You can go fast. You are almost as fast as the cars are in the city. So it's a lot of fun, of course.
So what's top speed?
You mean legally?
No, just no one's listening from the Zurich Stadtpolizei. So just tell us the real numbers.
Well, it's if you ride an e-bike without a registration number, then you shouldn't go. It will stop at 25 kilometers per hour. So
Okay.
that means it helps you to get off the red light. It helps you to get up the hill, and then you pedal.
Okay.
And then you go as fast as you can pedal.
Well, we're going to try to keep going as fast as we can here because we only have a few minutes left on the program. But I must say, merci vielmals for that.
Merci vielmals to you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. That was Sabine Krippendorf, VP at MTB Cycletech. Do you need one of those down in Wales, Nancy?
I would like that because it's very hilly.
Yeah.
And I'm on a very narrow single-track road.
No, I think this is where they
but
do
I have a quad bike that I go around.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
A quad bike?
Yeah, I know. I do. It's a four-wheeler, but they call them bikes.
But not a no. It's not a bicycle with four wheels.
It's a red farm vehicle, and I can.